World champion Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by Truist. Once again, we join you from Philadelphia for the third, final, and rubber game of our three-game series. It's the Braves, it's the Phillies, and a beautiful afternoon awaits us here at Citizens Bank Park. Hi again, everybody. What a night for the Braves last night. Spencer Strider and the Braves offense were terrific. Today, Brian Jordan, we reach a milestone in the 2022 season. Today is game number 100, and quite obviously, with 2 months left, things are trending in the right direction.
No doubt about it, Chip. You know, what a difference a year makes. Last year, we were fighting to get over 500. We win today with 20 games over 500, and the offense has been phenomenal. Second in the league in home runs, 153. And look at the pitching staff. 86 home runs allowed, second fewest in Major League Baseball. The strikeouts are up. I am so excited watching this offense, and hopefully we'll see another world championship this year.
And hopefully another great pitching performance, Peter, from Charlie Morton, who's been on a nice roll in his last 7 starts.
He has. He really turned it around. He had a tough one against the Mets. You remember that he gave up 6 runs, but then he came out against the Angels, which was pretty solid. Don't ask him that, though, because he said it was pretty sloppy, but I saw the curveball was back, the fastball was back. Take a look at the numbers from the last 7 starts, and you realize why he's been able to turn it around. Innings are up. The ERA is down. The walks are down, the punch-outs are up, and check out that opponent's average. 169, you cannot beat that.
Hopefully the Braves will do some beating on Kyle Gibson, who's given up a ton of home runs, and you know the Braves are built to hit the long ball. They launched a couple of them last night. Hopefully more to follow as we wrap up the series finale between the Braves and the Phillies. Lineups, first pitch, and Kelly Crow will join us as we get you started at Citizens Bank next.
Is brought to you by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places. And by the Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day.
It's a glorious afternoon here at Citizens Bank Park. Time for the Braves to win another series here on the road against the Phillies. Charlie Morton is the man on the mound. The Braves offense was in high gear last night, and today is game number 100 of the 2022 championship season. There is a new look atop the Braves Toyota starting lineup. Michael Harris II will lead off. Mike Ford will be the Braves designated hitter. And for more on the lineup change produced for Brian Snitker today, let's check in with Kelly Crow. Hey, Kel.
Hey, guys. We're going 2 for 4 with a homer last night. Michael Harris, as you just said, Chip, will lead things off for the Braves this afternoon. The first time in his major league career, but the rookie not really a novice to leading things off. He did it 42 times for the Mississippi Braves, and he said to me this morning with a smile, you know, Kel, I also led off the last 2 years in high school. So he just joked that he goes, I also feel like over the last couple months, I've kind of been that second leadoff guy for this club, hitting 9th in front of Acuna. So no change in the approach, stay aggressive, also wait for his pitch. The biggest challenge, he said, today will be facing Kyle Gibson, who he's never really seen before. So he said he's going to watch some video, talk to a few guys on that. And as far as Ronald Acuna Jr. goes, guys, just a day off. He is available off the bench for Snit.
So we'll see if Acuna is needed today, as Kyle Gibson is indeed on the mound. 5-4 record. Like so many of these Phillies, though, fellas, homer prone in this homer happy ballpark. It's a hot day. You figure the ball's going to be flying here in game 3.
Yeah, you see the numbers there. He's going to come at you with the kitchen sink. He's going to go 50% sinker slider, but then the other 50% is basically a roll the dice kind of situation. He's going to go a cutter, 4-seam changeup, and a curveball. BJ, I'm not sure you can sit on a pitch with this guy, but I think we're going to have a pretty good day against him.
Hopefully that'll be the case. And for that end, Brian Jordan, what are your 4 keys?
Well, with Charlie Morton, I just want to see consistency and efficiency today out of him. Command that curveball early. If he does that, he's going to be dominant. And then score early. You just talked about Gibson. You got to jump on this kid early. We saw him back in May 24th. He went 5 innings, 7 hits, gave up 2 earned runs with 8 strikeouts, guys.
So Gibson goes to work, Harris digs in, and game 3 in Philadelphia is underway. And that one all the way to the backstop. 1 ball, no strikes. As you heard Kelly report, first time Michael has batted leadoff as a big league hitter. It's said, though, you only start the game once. Does batting first really matter, Brian, all that much?
You know, it doesn't. Really, it just sets the tone for your offense. And as a leadoff starting the game, you want to see some pitches so everybody behind you can watch.
That one is slashed down the left field line, slicing toward the stands, and a fine catch. And Harris back to the plate with an even count. Can't say enough about the job this young man has done offensively, defensively, speed, turning the lineup card over. He's having a Rookie of the Year caliber season for the Braves.
It's also incredible that he remembers that he led off in high school just a couple of years ago.
Hey, with his speed, that doesn't surprise me at all. He gets on base, he is going to steal 2 bases in high school. Might even steal home in high school.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And Michael didn't get that. A swing and a miss on a breaking ball. And there is that kitchen sink you were speaking of. 1 up and 1 man down.
Pretty big curveball here. Doesn't throw that often, but perfect location. Got Michael to swing over the top of that one. But like Michael does, he'll learn from that, go back, and he'll adjust for next AB.
Yep.
No need for Dansby to adjust anything after a 3-hit night last night. Dansby with 13 hits this year against the Phillies. He also scored 2 of the Braves' 6 runs. And that's upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. What a job the Braves did on Aaron Nola, one of the game's great right-handed pitchers. Nola had been on a great roll, and Atlanta touched him for 5 runs, including 2 homers over 6 innings. So the offense feeling confident in the road trip wrap-up today.
And just to add to Dansby, his confidence is way up versus Kyle Gibson in his career. 7-14, guys. Wow. 5 for 7.
Notice how the Phillies have changed their defensive alignment for Swanson. Not as severe a shift on the left side of the second base bag. Bryson Stott plays a traditional second base spot as Dansby took a shot and didn't get it. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
You see that movement on the sinker there. Not as good a location as Gibson would be looking for. You want to get that down a little bit against Dansby, but still enough movement to get into swing and miss.
Gibson ready to go on an 81-degree day. The pitch is popped up right side over the Phillies dugout foul. Kind of an odd start today in that it's a 12:30 game. Braves have an off day tomorrow. The Phillies also off before they start a series with the Pittsburgh Pirates on the road. There are a lot of campers here in the upper deck around Citizens Bank Park, so that might have played into it. As Gibson turns it loose again and missed badly. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Soft breeze blowing slightly out, just 2 miles an hour. But the weather is warming up in Philadelphia. And now the 2-2 pitch.
You got to be, if you don't get him early, then you wait him out, because he's a nibbler. He's going to try to nibble the outside, get you to chase some bad pitches. But if you wait him out, get it back into a hitter's count, that's when you can get hold of Gibson.
That's outside. Swanson takes ball 4, and a good patient at bat for the Braves shortstop. That'll bring up Matt Olson with a man aboard here in the top of the 1st.
Let's just set the tone for the other hitters that's watching, guys. Again, you take your chances early on Gibson and then wait him out, because he's going to nibble around the plate. You don't want to throw that perfect pitch. And he saw the game yesterday. Nola, every mistake he made, the Braves capitalized on it.
Including a home run from this man, Matt Olson, who's clobbered 4 homers against the Phillies this year. Matt starts play with 19 of them on the season. Huge hole left side for Matt Olson, who saw Gibson a ton over in the American League. and he has liked what he has seen. Olsen 8 for 18 against Kyle with 3 home runs.
Different situation with Dansby at first base. Nola's very slow to the plate. Gibson able to slide step and be very quick, so you may not see him run.
This is an interesting alignment for the Phillies. It's Alec Boehm who moves from third in between the first base bag and Bryson Stott, the second baseman, but he's not playing in the rover position. He's actually on the infield dirt here.
Keeping the double play in order. Tough turn for a third baseman there, though.
So 1 ball, 1 strike. This is quite the murderer's row the Braves have put together here. Swanson, Olsen, and Riley. Olsen and Riley 1, 2, and extra base hits in the National League. Matt with 44 of them. Austin Riley 47, and a off-speed pitch fooled him. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
How about JT Realmuto playing 3 in a row at night and then a day game? He's going to be worn out by September.
More innings caught than any other catcher in the major leagues. And they are a club searching for offense, especially with Bryce Harper and Gene Segura still hurting. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Olsen slightly choked up.
BJ, I'm noticing a pattern a little bit earlier. We saw it against Ranger Suarez as well, where they're going with their completely different pitch mix than what they've done all season against the Braves.
Yeah, soft stuff early.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wind picks up now for Matt. And Gibson to the belt. Here she comes.
That's a pitch that he throws 5% of the time. We've already seen it 5 times in the first inning.
Well, I mean, you look at this lineup. We're a fastball hitting lineup. I mean, 153 home runs for a reason. They don't miss fastballs. So you almost have to, as a pitcher now, when you approach the Braves, say, hey, I'm going to try to get them off balance early and try to get them guessing for the rest of the game.
Is that where the weighted out theory comes in?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because if you miss that first fastball, you may never see it again, you know, with this lineup. And that's why you hear me say be aggressive, because if you get that fastball early, take advantage of it. But you don't want to have 2 strikes. If you're going to have 2 strikes like we saw at Dansby, be patient, wait them out, and take the walks.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Missed badly inside. It's a full count. That was a cutter, and pitch prior, Peter, 92 miles an hour. Is that about where he tops out?
Yeah, he can get it up a little harder when he needs to. A little bit, obviously not like Spencer Strider, where he could reach back and get 100 whenever he needs to, but Kyle likes to sink it and cut it a little bit, so he relies more on movement rather than velocity.
So full count. Dansby leads. He was leading and just did get back. Quick tag by Hoskins, but Swanson back safely at first. 14 steals for the Braves shortstop.
And I love what the hitters are doing right now. They're making them throw pitches. 17 pitches already.
And number 18 is on the way. Slide step and a high fly ball toward right, but that's going to be playable for Castellanos. He handles in the bright sunshine. Olsen off stride, and he is out number 2.
Like you said,
first Swanson
doing a great job making him throw pitches. 18 pitches with 2 outs. We need to get in this bullpen again. A different Braves lineup. So patient. How about this guy?
Honest man on the planet, Austin Riley, riding an 18-game hitting streak. 8 homers and 16 RBIs in that stretch. And Riley has destroyed the Phillies this year with 15 hits. See if he can split a gap. 4 extra base hits for Riley in this series. All 4 of them doubles. Austin now with 27 of those to go with those 28 homers. They give Riley the right side of the infield to play with. The pitch. There's the Phillies defense. They play Riley very deep in the outfield. Herrera about 3 strides away from the warning track in center. Off the plate, ball 2.
He is nibbling, Beach.
Yeah.
Sometimes I guess when you have 5 pitches, it's tough to find the one that's going to work on any given day.
Now, if I'm looking at Austin Riley up there, I'm a nibble too. I don't want to throw anything too fine to Austin.
Fouled the cutter back, and it's even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. In this incredible run for the Braves since June the 1st, and we'll talk about it all day today. 2 strike hits, 2 out hits have been hugely important, and they have come by the bushel basketful. Let's see if Austin can provide a first inning knock and chase home Dansby Swanson, who stands at first. Right to Stott, who will step on the bag, and that will retire the side. Gibson had to throw 22 pitches in the first inning. Charlie Morton goes to work. No score. For their first look at Charlie Morton here in Game 3 of the series. The Phillies are 50-47. They are on the outside looking in at a playoff spot in the National League wild card race. Schwarber has hit 31 home runs for Philadelphia. Peter, you said Charlie Morton's last start was sloppy. I think we'd take a sloppy 6 innings of 2-hit shutout ball today, wouldn't we?
I was just thinking the same thing. In his own words, he called it sloppy, but I thought it was pretty good. 6 innings, 2 hits. He'd want to clean up the walks and the hit by pitches. I'm pretty sure that's what he's talking about. But as far as stuff went, it was pretty good to see him back. That curveball was landing anytime he wanted to. A lot of 4 seams last time out. Interesting to see what they do today.
Charlie, of course, a former Philly, pitched here in 2016, made 4 starts because of injury. But healthy now for the Braves, seeking his 6th win. And his day is underway outside to Kyle Schwarber. 31 homers, 60 runs batted in.
Kyle Schwarber versus the Braves this year, only hitting 129, but 3 home runs and 5 RBIs.
Yeah, 4 hits. 3 of them have left the ballpark. And the 1 hit in this series, that 31st home run. So 2-0 the count to Schwarber. Rhys Hoskins and JT Realmuto are going to follow. Braves have a shift on with Riley, the rover, in right. .96 miles an hour. And Schwarber was late. It's 2-2.
And 4 four-seam fastballs so far. Something that we're not used to seeing from Charlie.
That's his arsenal by percentage so far this year. And another heater missed up and away. And it's a full count for the Phillies left fielder Kyle Schwarber. Breaking ball. After all that heat, Schwarber couldn't get the hook. That was masterfully done. First strikeout for Charlie Morton, 1 away.
It's just such a weapon to have in your back pocket. Not only do you throw 96 miles an hour, but you can drop this really at any point, and it's just so devastating. He can't lay off 3-2.
Yeah, it's like he almost set him up. Throwing those high fastballs, getting his timing on that fastball, and then as a hitter, you're saying no way he's going to throw me anything else but the fastball in this situation, and he drops the curveball.
Rhys Hoskins has had a quiet series. That continues today.
Sir?
Will Little miss that one. He's the home plate umpire. That was a strike, called a ball.
Oh, my goodness.
That one grazed the black. called outside, 2-0.
You can see Charlie kind of pause right there. Wow.
Charlie's working at breakneck pace here. He's got a good rhythm going. Gets it, gets the sign, and goes back to work. And that one belled high. And strike 4 makes it a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
That's brilliant. Just trying to work out how I could get that one in. You've been doing this way longer than me. Brilliant.
Base is empty with 1 out. And a fly ball hit to left. Charging in is Ozuna. He plays it safely. And Rhys Hoskins has a 1-out single.
Wow, early in the game. I think late in the game you got to dive for that. Early in the game, Ozuna's trying to play it safe, keep the ball in front of him, hold him to a single.
So JT Realmuto is the hitter. Realmuto with a home run in the series. Realmuto's bomb came in the 9th inning last night. Kenley Jansen got the final 2 outs and picked up his 23rd save for Spencer Strider, who's now 5-3 on the year. So after all the fastballs to Schwarber, he starts Realmuto with a breaking ball, strike 1.
Muto, the Iron Man.
He is a really good player.
But you don't normally see that. Catchers go night game within a 12:35 game at that.
As I said, with all the offensive shortcomings for the Phillies, they can ill afford to keep his bat out of the lineup as that ball is driven to right. Eddie Rosario backpedals. He's got plenty of room in front of the scoreboard. Hoskins back to first. That's out number 2. So Derek Hall is up, the young Phillies designated hitter who made his major league debut against the Braves, you recall. That was on June 29th. His first 3 big league hits have been home runs. That's a way to get welcome to the show, wouldn't you say?
Exactly.
And he has 5 in total.
Well, there's only 2 hits against the Braves. He's 2 for 13, 2 home runs.
Off the plate, 1 ball, no strikes. Kyle Gibson threw 22 first inning pitches. Charlie's ready with his 15th. And a breaking ball in for a strike.
Hoskins took off like he was stealing right there.
I think that's a new pickoff move from Charlie, where when he's coming to bring his hands together, he breaks his feet real quick. And you know, he's not the quickest to the plate, so I'm sure even at this late stage of his career, he's trying to work out ways to keep runners at first.
Foul back. He's a strike away from sending us to the 2nd inning.
And there's more you can do than just pick over and vary your times to the plate. You can really hold the ball. You see Matt Scherzer hold the ball a long time, and it really makes those runners at first base sink into their legs and almost stop themselves from running.
Runner goes this time, and the pitch lifted foul and out of play. And I would imagine, Brian, there's an effect on the hitter in the box, waiting for the pitcher to make up his mind as well.
Yeah, especially when you have 2 strikes on you. A little surprised there, Hoskins being aggressive, but why not? It's first inning, get in the scoring position. You never know what's going to happen.
So Hall back in the box, a ball and 2 strikes. Let's see what Charlie goes with here. Runner holds and the pitch is lifted toward left. And Marcel is in and under. He's got it. And that retires the side. No runs, a hit, a man left. We are scoreless after 1. Glad you're with us in Philly here on Bally Sports. Game after 1 in Philadelphia. We can't wait to get back home for what is always a fun, exciting, and emotional weekend. It's Alumni Weekend when the Braves host the Arizona Diamondbacks, and Brian Jordan and Jeff Francoeur are already talking smack with the Home Run Derby coming up on Saturday. We will have that fun for you live on Bally Sports Southeast and the Bally Sports app. Our Home Run Derby coverage begins at 5:30 Eastern Time.
How about Frenchie sending out a little video talking about he is getting ready for this Home Run Derby. He is on the beach getting a suntan, eating some seafood and relaxing.
While you're grinding away up here.
I'm grinding away, man. And I know his teammate Andrew Jones is probably working out also. We know what kind of working out he's doing after his last performance on my team.
I think the operative word you used there was emotional, because I'm going to be picking up your emotions from the floor, BJ.
Yeah, I might pay you a couple dollars, man. And
I can't be bought. You know that.
You can't be bought?
No chance.
Oh, man. How about a couple swings and misses from Frenchie? Come on.
Well, I've induced a few of those in my time, so that
that'll be a great part of the fun coming up this weekend. And of course, the Braves Hall of Fame inducting Joe Adcock, Leo Mazzoni, and Joe Torre. That ceremony will take place on Saturday as well. And let's not forget 3 games against the Diamondbacks. And we hope you'll make your plans to join us. Braves are over 2 million in attendance. We'll have a quick homestand, 3 with the Diamondbacks. The Phillies will come back to town for a quick 2-game set. And then as the calendar moves into August, the schedule strength picks up. Here we're scoreless with Eddie Rosario leading off the second. 2-2 pitch. And that one shot toward right. Castellanos is on the run, can't get there. And Rosario a big turn around first. He's got the Braves' first hit. It leads off inning number 2.
Good piece of hitting right there. All-speed pitch. Got out in front. But was able to pull this ball to right field. I mean, that's a nasty curveball breaking down.
It's a great job keeping that bat level.
But it's just showing how Rosario is starting to figure it out.
And back-to-back games in the outfield too, which is really nice to see.
Left field last night, right field for Eddie in game 3 today. Again, Ronald Acuna Jr. not starting. Day off today, day off tomorrow. And in talking with Brian Snitker before the game, Ronald needs a day off. The rest is part of it, but as Snit told us, the numbers tell part of the story too. He's having a .214 average month of July, so maybe a little break mentally, physically will get him going beginning Friday night at home. Shot foul by Contreras, and the Braves catcher behind 0-2.
Watching Contreras in batting practice yesterday, he is hitting everything to right center. He has to figure it out.
You can even see with that swing what the plan is. He's really trying to force the ball over that side of the field.
He's got plenty of power that way. And laid off that tantalizing pitch. 1-2. Straw came out looking, and that is strikeout number 2 for Gibson.
Contreras looking for an off-speed pitch here. That fastball up in the zone, sinking back across the middle of the plate.
So Marcell Ozuna is the hitter. Marcel's had a good series, a 3-hit game here on Monday night, his first 3-hit game since mid-April. 18 homers for him, 40 RBIs. Again, the Phillies give him the right side of the infield. There's that fastball.
Again, guys, Gibson early in the count, he's going to give you a hit, a pitch to hit. Got to be looking to swing at that sinker in.
Chop toward third. Bohm retreats. Nice stab. Throw to second. One on to first. It's going to be late. Heck of a play by Bohm to handle a tricky hop at the hot corner. That forces Rosario, and that's the second out.
That was a good play by Bohm here. Almost thought he got played there for a second. Kept his eye on the ball. Good throw to second base.
So Ozuna trades places with Eddie Rosario. Robinson Cano is the hitter. Cano is 0 for 4 in this series.
I thought he swung the bat pretty well, though. He's hit the ball really hard last couple of times up.
And as Brian said last night, Cano loves hitting in this ballpark.
He does. Got to find a hole, though. Hit a couple of line drives to right field last night.
No 4 career homers here at Citizens Bank. 17 ribbies. Didn't get that. And he's behind 0-2. It seems like it's slowest from Gibson with that breaking ball.
Yeah, he went back to the traditional sinker slider to get Ozuna, but now he's come back and gone back to that curveball.
Seeing that slow curveball against lefties. Throwing it a lot. When you got a good backstop and rear muto, you can throw that pitch anytime you want.
Quick check of Ozuna at first. And Cano was caught looking. Gibson with a couple of fastballs struck out Contreras and Cano. Bottom of the second, no score. Out the first batter he faced in today's game. He heads to the second inning. And fellas, speaking of strikeouts, that's our Zaxby's indescribably good play.
Check this out. Most strikeouts since May 30th. Second and third on the list. Spencer Strider 83 and Charlie Morton 81. That's some big numbers there.
It is, especially from the young kid Strider. Right. And if you think about it, he wasn't a starter at the beginning of the year, and he still has that many strikeouts.
When you look at the total numbers for his strikeouts in the course of this year, he's gonna strike out 200 in just over 100 innings.
Well, Morton has Nick Castellanos set up for his second strikeout. It's been a struggle for the Phillies right fielder, who is 3 for his last 20, and with every passing out, the Boo Birds are out in force, which only adds to the pressure, fellas.
Yeah, they sure are. And I saw him be so good the last few years too.
And Charlie Morton strikes out the leadoff man in the second. 1 out.
Guys, I've been through it before. I know how Nick is feeling, and I always tell people, sometimes when you sign, a free agent contract or a big contract and you go to New York or Philadelphia, that first year is always the toughest year. Look at Lindor last year when he went to New York, signed a big deal. I think guys just put too much pressure on themselves because they want to prove to these fans right away that you're the man. And things don't go your way early, and it just compounds more and more. I mean, in L.A., when I got traded out there the first month, I was terrible because I went out there with the attitude, I'm going to prove these fans that the Dodgers made the right decision here. And you can't play like that. You just got to be yourself. And I know Nick, it's the second half of the season. At some point, he's going to get over it and go out there and play like himself.
This is Bryson Stott, pops one up. Riley gives chase, shielding his eyes from the sun, and he makes the grab on the warning track for out number 2. Not an easy play, and Riley takes care of the Phillies second baseman.
Great job right here with Riley, sticking that glove up, shielding the sun. Took a quick look down to see how close he was. Good concentration.
That's one thing that really does help the pitchers in this ballpark. As cozy as it is, there is, by today's standards, a lot of foul ground in left and right. And that helped Charlie Morton take care of Bryson Stott. Here's Alec Boehm. He's the man that the Braves can't solve. He's riding an 11-game hitting streak.
Stop throwing first pitch strikes. There it is. He is swinging.
10 hits in his last 19 at-bats.
He's been getting some pretty good pitches to hit. I think if you see a first pitch change up from Charlie there, I think if Charlie throws 2 really good Charlie Morton curveballs, I think we'll see Boehm go back to the bench.
So 2 hot hitting third basemen square off here in game 3 of this series. Alec Boehm for the Phillies, Austin Riley for the Braves. No score. Braves are trying to win back-to-back series played in Philadelphia this year. It's been 8 years since the Braves have been able to do that. Dangerous pitch, and Boehm fouled it back.
He looked like he was right on that fastball.
Yeah. It's like he was looking for that ball in.
Well, do you go in there again, or do you sweep that big breaking ball away from Alec Boehm?
I'm going with the changeup. He threw a nasty changeup early in this count, in this at bat.
Heater. Had it covered. 1-2.
But he was looking for that off-speed pitch. That's why he was so late on that fastball.
It's what makes reading swings so important.
There was the breaking ball. It missed badly. 2-2.
Simple things like a late foul ball over their dugout tells him that he's probably sitting on something else, like he saw there. Really late on the four-seam fastball, even though he just timed one up perfectly on the inside corner.
That breaking ball was effective, and Morton has his 3rd strikeout. He also has his first 1-2-3 inning. Mike Ford leads off for the Braves. No score. Philadelphia for Braves baseball. It's presented by Truist. Brian Jordan, Peter Moylan, Kelly Kroll down by the Braves dugout for game 3. I'm Chip Carey. The Braves are trying to win this series outright over the Phillies. We go to the 3rd inning with Ford, Harris, and Swanson coming up. Mike looking for his first hit as a Brave. He is 0 for 4.
If he can get that first hit out of the way. This is a guy that I know it's got to be frustrating going up and down and up and down. But getting a chance today to make an impact.
This one pulled to the right side, and Didi Gregorius with the peg. Yeah, the elation of getting called back to the big leagues is great. The bad news is when you have a set lineup, you seldom play. And Mike gets a start as the DH with Ronald Acuna Jr. getting the day off. Michael Harris II is our Blue Moon Bright Spot feature. He is 0 for 1 today.
7-game hitting streak, 385. Big home run against Nolan yesterday. Just continues to impress. Let's see what adjustment he makes in his second at bat here.
That has been what's so fun to watch about Michael as he takes in the learning curve of facing pitchers he's never seen but on video before. As the game gets deeper and the at-bats become more important, his batting average is at its highest, Brian.
Yeah, which is amazing. I mean, that's a superstar. Superstar waiting to happen. Continues to grow every single day. And this is a year of first for him. You know, almost every game it's a first. Seeing guys for the first time.
Well, the first time he's batted as a big league leadoff hitter is today, and he's up against Kyle Gibson with a 1-2 count. Scoreless affair. Dansby Swanson will follow Michael Harris.
And look, managers don't like just throwing young players up to the leadoff spot, you know, in your first 50-something games in the big leagues. We saw it with Acuna, though. Move him up to that leadoff spot, and he just took off.
Bouncing ball hit toward first, and Hoskins handles that. That's out number 2. I would think, too, that the decision to bat Harris first instead of, say, Dansby Swanson, who has batted leadoff, has as much to do with giving Michael a chance, but also not messing up what Dansby has hitting second in the order. Did you buy that?
No.
No, okay.
Because we've seen Dansby lead off when Acuna didn't play this year, and he did a terrific job. I think he's so locked in right now, he don't care where you put him in the lineup. He's going to do his job, be patient, and get his pitch to hit. And that's what I thought was going to happen today. Dansby might lead off. I was a little surprised, to be honest, coming in and seeing Mike Harris at that leadoff spot.
It does give you a chance to go left, right, left, right, left, right, up and down your lineup.
Yeah. And that's another factor I think Snit was looking at.
We also talked about the potential of giving Ronnie a spell out of the leadoff spot, so maybe giving Michael Harris an opportunity to lead off today, see what happens. We know Ronald's pressing. He's doing everything he possibly can on a daily basis to try and get himself back right, but he's just not right as it is right now. We can all see that, and he's frustrated.
Gibson's 1 pitch away from 50. Those have done an excellent job in this series of working high pitch counts. Trying to get into that Philadelphia bullpen. They haven't broken through with a run yet. Just 1 hit for the Braves to this point. That was a single that Eddie Rosario combed into right field to lead off the second inning.
But it's amazing. Gibson continues to get ahead of each hitter.
And Dansby continues to keep doing this.
Exactly.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It's almost the exact same at bat for Dansby. 0-2 to 3-2.
Dansby hopes to keep the line moving for Matt Olson, who's on deck. Gibson beginning his second trip through the order. This is often where he's been vulnerable this year. And that's foul to the left side. Will stay full.
Before this at bat, Gibson had done a really good job corralling the pitch count back. Dansby's forced him to throw 6 or 7 more pitches. In 2 at bats, he's seen 13 pitches today.
And And that's taken inside. Swanson came all the way back from an 0-2 count to walk for the second time today.
You better believe in the back of Gibson's mind, he's looking at the stats. Dansby, 5 for 7 off of him in his career. He's being really careful with Dansby.
As a manager, I'm looking at that 2-out walk right now, and I'm thinking that might come back to bite us. Let's hope Matty can make it pay.
That'll force Gibson to make a few more pitches on a hot day. Olsen popped out to right his first time up. A 2-run homer last night. How about one right here?
Well, he has 3 career home runs off of Gibson.
They would have seen each other a bunch in the American League.
At 8 for 19 against the Phillies righty. Ball 1. There you see it. Most of the damage has come in the 4th and the 5th innings for Kyle. Right now we're in the top of the 3rd. Little chopper into the shift. Didi's got it, has to hurry, and got his man by a step. And that will retire the Braves in the 3rd. Atlanta strands Dansby, Swanson. Charlie Morton back to work.
Move to the bottom of the 3rd here in Philadelphia. Charlie Morton back out on the bump. And last time we saw Charlie against the Angels after the game, he was asked about doubling up his usage of the 4-seam fastball, and he kind of smiled and said really that was all Travis d'Arnaud calling it from behind the plate, but certainly something to keep an eye on, guys, here in this start this afternoon. And Peter, we noticed 11 of his 18 in the opening frame, the 4-seam fastball. He did go a little bit more curveball heavy in that last outing, but Rick Kranitz told me this morning they are trying to be more intentional with that 4-seamer just because it sets up the curveball so well for him.
It really does. That high 4-seam fastball, he does get a lot of tail with it anyway, but just the release point and the way that it stays true at the top of the zone, it's a much more effective pitch to tunnel that curveball off.
2 strikes on Didi Gregorius, who serves it right into the shift from one shortstop to another. That's out number 1.
And that also tells you the difference between maybe having a veteran catcher like Travis d'Arnaud behind the plate and noticing something in the last start of Charlie and switching up against the original game plan. That's what you see a lot of these good teams that are not so analytically controlled. They are driven, they use the numbers, but they're not controlled by analytics.
Odubel Herrera is the hitter, the 9th place batter for the Phillies, who have been searching for production on a consistent basis from their outfield all year long. Herrera, 5 homers and 19 driven in.
And Peter, you talk about guys being controlled by the analytics. You think guys like Charlie Morton, the veterans of the game, do they look at the analytics as much as the young guys?
Yeah, I think they both look at it the same amount. It's just he picks and chooses what the information that he's going to use himself. With the younger guys, a lot of the time it's presented to them and it's presented in a way that, hey, this is what we're going to do. Whereas with the older guys, they say, here's the information, here's how it translates. Now you take from it what you want and go and do your job, which you see Charlie doing today.
1-2 for Herrera. And a swing and a miss. 4 strikeouts for Morton, 2 outs, top of the order. Kelly?
Yeah, to kind of expand on that a little bit, I thought it was interesting in asking Rick Kranitz about this. So, Peter, Charlie Morton, been doing this a long time. Certainly the scouting report, working with his catcher, whoever it's going to be. He goes into the day certainly with a game plan, but he's big on, even as long as he's been doing this, really relying on his catchers throughout a game. And that's what he said about Travis d'Arnaud, and you mentioned it, the swings he was seeing. That's why he went to the 4-seamer so much. But I think it's something to watch here with how William calls the game today for him.
Well, it was fastball after fastball for Kyle Schwarber, and then Charlie erased him with a breaking ball. Then in the first pitch of this sequence, he throws a back foot breaking ball for ball one. Each team with one hit.
I was just about to say before that pitch I'd be pretty careful with this one, but that's a perfect location if you're going to throw a 2-0 fastball.
The old down and away strike, the pitcher's best friend, according to soon-to-be Braves Hall of Famer Leo Mazzoni. And now Charlie back in the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That four-seam also sets up. You've seen him throw that changeup a couple of times last inning, and again now. That sets up the changeup really well too. It's similar again, but instead of waiting for the break, it's just 10 to 12 miles an hour slower.
Lifted high in the air toward left, and at the line Ozuna is there. He's got it, and Charlie Morton has set down 8 consecutive Phillies. We go to the 4th. Austin Riley, the Braves MVP candidate, leads off. Of 2 terrific young third basemen. For the Braves, Austin Riley. For the Phillies, Alec Bohm. That's our landmark player comparison.
Both of these guys seeing the ball like grapefruits. They are in that Michael Jordan zone. Everything looks good. But our guy, Austin Riley, look at the home runs, guys. 10 home runs to 2, 21 RBIs.
And so to the 4th we go on a scoreless affair. This is where things have gotten tough on Gibson. Over the course of this season, a 7.94 ERA in the 4th inning, a 6.75 ERA in the 5th. But he's allowed just 1 hit. He's walked a couple of batters and skies that one foul, does Mr. Riley. It's quickly 0-2.
There you go once again, 0-2.
Oh, thank you.
I'll tell you.
Last time Riley got a swing on the house, he hit a home run. Real Muto held it there for a moment. Will Little is behind the plate today. The bases are empty. A ball and 2 strikes. Sharply hit right to Didi Gregorius. Riley is out number 1. Eddie Rosario, the first Brave with a hit today, will stand in.
Great swing by Eddie last time up too. Really impressive. Stayed back on a curveball.
Yep.
Kept the bat flat through the zone all the way through bottom. It used to frustrate me so much when I threw a great sinker and a guy was able to keep the bat level and hit a line drive.
But that's a sign that he's figuring it out, because he was out in front, but he kept his hands back long enough that he could do something with that curveball.
First 9 games since coming off the injured list. Rosario now 9 for 31. Approaching a 300 average. He's got a couple of homers. And with Adam Duvall out for the year, Adam is going to have to undergo wrist surgery. Every swing Rosario takes and how he plays, with the days ticking down to a precious few before the trading deadline, he's become very, very important evaluative of bats for Alex Anthopoulos.
I think the focus has really shifted now towards maybe trying to acquire a left fielder at the deadline. unless obviously we can get some massive production from Eddie. But even with Eddie, I think he could probably add another outfielder to the mix with Duvall out for the rest of the year.
Yeah, you still need a power bat, I think, in the outfield. Good defender.
Line drive into center. That's going to fall in front of Odubel Herrera. Another good at bat for Rosario. A 2-strike hit. And the Braves have a 4th inning rally. 1 on and 1 out.
To me, that's his best at bat since he's been back right there, because he got into the mode of, okay, I got 2 strikes. He's going to be nibbling around the plate. Let me put this ball in play. Shorten up, put it in play. Nice, easy swing. 2nd hit of the ball game.
Do a majority of guys have a different approach when they are ahead in the count, or when they are 1 strike and when they get to 2 strikes?
I would use
Fly ball left center. Herrera is drifting back toward 409 and cleans that up for out number 2.
I would normally say yes, but it's a different game today where you don't have to shorten up. Analytics say swing hard, hit the home runs, but there's still certain guys that know themselves and know that, hey, I got to get my average going. The trade deadline's coming. Let me start putting the ball in play, getting on base, getting my average up. And Rosario's one of those guys that can do that.
Ozuna bounced into a forced play. His first time up. He's 0 for 1. I think you're right, Brian. It is a home run dominant game now. But if you're going to trust the numbers, then you have to look at these. The Phillies, when they don't hit a homer, are 8-19. When the Braves don't hit a homer, they're 6-17.
Wow. Yep.
So the best offenses are the ones that can manufacture runs on the days when the long ball isn't coming. So far, neither Morton nor Gibson have given up much of anything hard hit.
And as I watch this game, you got to think that this offense would change. You see him getting ahead. You got to be more aggressive early in the count against Gibson. We're still taking strike 1. And now you're in a guessing game with him, because he's throwing that off-speed pitch, change-ups, nibbling on the outside. Then he sneaks that fastball in. Strike 3.
Not much of a pattern from the veteran Philly right-hander, who's gone over 100 innings pitched this year. And Ozuna didn't get a high fastball. This guy doesn't throw anything straight, does he?
No.
So 2 strikes. Rosario at first. Hand him off stride and pops it to short. Didi Gregorius backpedaling, glasses gleaming, and that's the inning. We go to the home 4th. 2, 3, and 4 coming up for the Phillies. Good pitchers duel. Morton and Gibson. No score.
Is brought to you by Xfinity. Supercharge your home with supersonic Wi-Fi. Unbeatable internet only from Xfinity. And by Georgia Natural Gas. Live the greener life.
Scoreless game as we head to the home 4th. Beautiful day in South Philadelphia. Charlie Morton pitching a beautiful game. He has retired 8 straight. Rhys Hoskins is the only Philly with a base hit, and he'll start the home 4th.
If I was Rhys after my last at bat, I wouldn't swing either. He got a very small strike zone.
And rolled foul. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Braves are off tomorrow. I mentioned the Phillies will stay within the Keystone State. They will head off to Pittsburgh. I misspoke earlier. My apologies. They don't have an off day tomorrow. They start a 4-game series with the Pittsburgh Pirates, who will be another interesting team to follow. at the trading deadline. They have some pieces that a lot of contenders would love to acquire. And the Phillies will be staring straight at Derek Shelton's club for the next 4 days. 2-1 count. Big bender. Pretty pitch. 2-2.
Rhys Hoskins, the only hit of the game in that first inning.
But it's not to be here. 9 up, 9 down for Morton, who has struck out 5. Peter, you mentioned in our open how great Charlie's been in his last 7 starts. That is carrying over here in Game 3 today.
It sure is. He's so the 4-seam fastball's been the real difference. He's been able to locate that a lot better. Sometimes it gets a little bit out of control, which makes all the other pitches not as effective. But when that fastball's dialed in like it is today, you can see how good the breaking ball was the pitch before. But he's able to throw it as the kill pitch now, the finishing pitch.
And one thing's working in Charlie's favor is not as humid out here. The weather's nice.
JT Realmuto swinging butt. Morton has a play, but the ball dies and backspins. Like a tour wedge at the 18th green. The ball hit and just spun backwards, and that spoiled any chance for Charlie to get the speedy Phillies catcher.
Yeah, Realmuto's just a good all-around player. He's an athlete. He can run. He can do it all. And right there, you have no chances of throwing him out.
Charlie actually did a great job trying to read where the ball may have gone, but with the amount of spin, as you said, it was like a 60-degree wedge. Phil Mickelson would have been proud of that.
So Derek Hall, the batter, 1 on, 1 out. Morton to the stretch for the first time since the first inning.
I like that throw over. Realmuto has good speed.
Yank foul. Well, what a good pitch that was. All Hall could do was pull that ball into foul territory. It's a free strike for Morton, who's way ahead now.
Wouldn't want to see a little pitch out here. 4-seam fastball. Try and maybe get a swing and a miss, and if Realmuto does try to steal, William will have a great chance to throw him out.
Up the middle and into center field, a 2-strike hit. Realmuto stumbled around second. The throw to third is offline, and the Phillies have a threat first and third. Too good a pitch on an 0-2 count.
It's a good piece of hitting, really. That's a good pitch running away from him.
It's exactly the idea I had. I would have liked to see it a little bit further off the plate so he couldn't get as much barrel on it, but right idea. And Realmuto kind of dicked Michael Harris there, but strong enough arm to get the ball quick to third base so that he couldn't take the second base.
And a struggling Nick Castellanos is the key man of the inning. 2 on, 1 out. Castellanos struck out his first time up. Double play ball on the first pitch. There's one. There's the turn.
I feel for Nick Castellanos.
For the best coverage in the game, let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam. Ground chuck pays off in the Phillies' fourth.
Nick Castellanos having a tough year, and he goes with the changeup, gets a beautiful double play ball. Robinson Cano, ever smooth, and we get out of that inning. It's just how you draw it up, BJ.
Exactly how you draw it up. Morton able to pitch out of early trouble.
So Castellanos now 3 for his last 22 and 6 for 39 at the plate against the Braves. So to the fifth we go. It'll be Cano, Ford, and Michael Harris versus Kyle Gibson. He and Morton matching pitch for pitch here in a very important game. Braves trying to really knock the Phillies down. Braves are 8 games ahead of Philadelphia in the division race. And a slow dribbler. Gibson will pick it up and take it to the bag himself. 1 pitch, 1 out. Retires Robinson Cano. 1 unassisted. And before Mike Ford hits, let's pause for a word from Academy Sports and Outdoors.
With our free in-store assembly and pre-assembled grills and smokers, buy online at academy.com and pick up in-store. So keep those grilling plans at Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Let's see if Ford can get one in the air to right field here. It's 3:30 down the line. He hits this one to right, but on 1 hop. And the peg to first almost pulled Hoskins off the bag. But Stott is there. 2 outs on 2 pitches for the Braves in the 5th. That'll help the pitch count for Gibson. Again, the 4th and 5th innings, second time through the order, have been problematic for the Phillies right-hander. To this point, he's breezing. And Michael Harris, the hitter, with a strikeout and a ground out today.
Good take by Mike Harris after 2 straight pitches, 2 straight outs.
But it'll be 3 outs on 4 pitches with a good throw. Gibson breezes through the 5th inning. Charlie Morton to work. Stott, Bowman, Gregorius. Still no score. Have released a great new bobblehead. Ron Washington's Windmill Wash bobblehead will come your way September 20th. Yes, the Washington Nationals will be in town. That giveaway for the first 15,000 fans in attendance at Truist Park. Select and secure your bobblehead night by getting your tickets today at braves.com/promos.
Unfortunately, there's only going to be 14,999. I'm going to be taking one of those ones.
You're going to take one?
No doubt about it.
Well, hopefully we can get the Wash Windmill going today. No score. Just 5 total hits between the Braves and Phillies. Charlie Morton back to work after maybe 2 minutes of rest. The Braves offense was retired on 4 pitches at the top of the 5th inning. Bryson Stott popped out in foul ground his first time up and takes outside ball 2. How hard is that, Peter, from a pitcher's standpoint? Big emotion swing, you get a double play, and then in the blink of an eye, you got to go back to work.
It's just almost like an extended inning with a little bit of a rest period, maybe a coach's visit in between. But Charlie's been doing this long enough. I'm sure he's dealt with it before.
That's in for a strike. Boys, you see this kid take his batting stance. Who does he remind you of?
Let's see it one more time.
Chipper Jones.
Bingo.
Yeah.
And he takes ball 4, a leadoff walk in a scoreless game. First one of those for Charlie Morton. And Alec Bohm is the batter who struck out his first time up.
And I was just ready to say, Peter, sometimes as a pitcher, you want to get back out there on a mound. 4 pitches later, after getting that double play, he's out there. Leadoff walk. What does that do to your psyche when you're back on that mound very quick?
Just got to make an adjustment, figure it out. He's going to be frustrated. It's a pretty close pitch, if I'm honest. That ball's been called before today.
Well, Bohm's a double play candidate. He's hitting at 10 of them. Morton just got one from Castellanos. Bohm today. struck out his first time up. Boy, he has been leveraging fastballs, and he's seeing it really well. A career high 11 game hitting streak is on the line for the Phillies third baseman today. That one got away from Olsen. And Stott is on his way to third. Matt's throw along across the diamond. A two-base error on a bad pickoff throw. Runner at third, nobody out. Matt had no chance on that one. And Stott with his good speed advances to third. The Braves are playing the infield in with nobody out. It's 1-0. Walk error single. Bohm with a 12-game hit streak. Stott scores the first run of the game.
Wow, this kid is locked in, Alec Bohm. He's not missing many pitches. In that situation, Charlie, leadoff walk. You know he's going to throw some strikes and bounce back. Sinker up in the zone.
So an uncharacteristic error for the Braves defense costs them a first run in this game. As Didi Gregorius stands in, he bounced out to short his first time up. And he bounces to Cano, who plays that casually. Everybody's safe. Don't know if you would have gotten two. You would have gotten one for sure. And now the Phillies have first and second, still nobody out.
A little surprised on that play by Robinson Cano. Normally in a play like that, man on first base, you try to get your feet in position to get around that ball. I think he had time to get around that ball, but he kind of casually wanted to just reach down and get the shore out.
So two errors in the inning for the Braves. And Odubel Herrera is the batter.
Two things working in advantage. Charlie has really good swing and miss stuff, and he's also kept the ball on the ground pretty well today. So, and that, give these guys another opportunity to turn a double play. They'll do it for you. Punch out, keep it 1 run. 1 run's nothing in this ballpark.
Herrera struck out his first time up. That's outside. 1 ball, no strikes. The Braves are 2 games behind the Mets. Mets and Yankees face off later on this evening. The Subway Series continues at Citi Field. So Atlanta's got a chance to put the first score on the scoreboard. Hopefully it's a win. And that's over Riley's glove into the left field corner for a hit. Bohm will come home and score. Gregorius slides in at third. It's 2-0. And again, you got to wonder if that quick comeback for Charlie Morton sitting on the bench, where the offense for the Braves made 3 outs on 4 pitches, has taken away some of his crispness in this 5th inning.
Yeah, we haven't seen this lately. 2 errors made in the same inning by the Braves, and Phillies have capitalized on it. Doing a good job of it. That was a good slider on the outside. Odubel just went right with it.
So we've got our work cut out for us in this game. It's 2-0 Phillies, still nobody out. And Kyle Schwarber hits. And Hunt's fastball and fouled it back. Odubel Herrera does have a handful of stolen bases. As that's way up and away. Herrera's 4 for 4. The Phillies think about trying to stay out of a double play here. But the pitches have piled up on Charlie Morton. It started with a walk, then a two-base error on a pickoff play. Bohm singled. Gregorius reached on an E4, and Herrera brought home Bohm with a hit to left.
It's tough to expect to get that call when you haven't really been hitting that spot consistently. Fastball before that was up and away. Charlie's got to really dial it in here.
Foul at first. It's 2-2. If ever Morton needed a strikeout, this would be the batter to try to accomplish that.
That's for sure.
He has struck out 6 Phillies hitters. He got Schwarber on strikes to start the game.
Pitch count's actually manageable, Chip. If we get a strikeout here and a quick ground ball against Hoskins, he's really still under 15 pitches per inning.
Tantalizing pitch. Schwarber took it. So manage along with Thompson. Is Herrera going to run from first? There's nobody out, and it's a 3-2 count.
I would definitely run here. 3-2. Put the pressure on the defense.
Short lead at first. Not going. Towering pop up right side. Long run Rosario over near the stands and into them. We'll try again. 3-2.
BJ, interesting scenario here, just real quick. If you're an outfielder there and that ball's on the line, are you trying to catch that and then trying to throw the runner out, or and it's a foul ball, or would you let it go foul?
No, you got to catch every ball. Just try to get behind it and make a great throw him out.
Runner holds it first, and a fly ball center and deep. Harris on his horse. He's got it at the edge of the track. That'll be deep enough to bring home Gregorius. Schwarber with RBI number 61. And the Phillies lead by 3.
Wow, Schwarber did a good job of battling there, getting the job done, put the ball in play. Deep fly ball. Good job by Michael Harris. That ball was a bullet to center field. He just turned and ran and got behind that ball. Made it look easy.
So here is Hoskins. As Peter mentioned, best world scenario would have been a strikeout. You do get an out. You keep the double play in order. And Hoskins with 6 twin killings. And the runner goes. That takes care of that. Odubel Herrera now 5 for 5 in steals. Great jump.
Yeah.
Not sure if William got a good handle.
Well, you know, as a base runner there, you just saw Charlie throw the ball away, trying to pick off Stott. So you want to be aggressive in that situation, because in the back of your mind you're saying he's not going to take that chance again. And Odubel got a great jump.
Charlie needs a breather here. Rick Kranitz, the Braves pitching coach, will come out and give him a moment to collect his thoughts. He's fallen behind 2-0 for Rhys Hoskins. The Phillies have scored 3 runs in the inning. And as they chat, let's step aside for a word from Zaxby's.
Fried chicken salad under 600 calories with the dressing? You better believe it. Only at Zaxby's.
A couple of Braves errors in the inning have helped the Phillies score 3 runs in the 5th inning. As Rhys Hoskins way ahead in the count. He has singled and struck out. His single came on an 0-2 pitch. There's a good fastball, 2 balls and a strike. Maybe that reset helped. 2 crisp pitches.
Best 2 pitches of this inning. Maybe Cranny went out there and told him something mechanical. Simple little adjustment.
That's how you pitch until you're 38 in the major leagues. When you have something that may be just a tick off, just a suggestion, and you find the magic again. Morton could use some here. He's got a full count for Hoskins. Second walk of the inning. First and second, 1 out. Heavy workload for Morton here in the 5th inning. And now JT Realmuto is the batter. JT flied to deep right and hit that 60-degree wedge shot for an infield hit last time up.
Double play back in order. They did double steal last time they had this situation against the guy with a slow move to the plate. Be aware of that. Hoskins looking at a double right now.
If you're thinking of a double play, and who in Braves country isn't at the moment, JT Realmuto has hit into 6 of them.
Hoskins is trying to get a double to go. I really think that they're trying to communicate and get into double steal right now. Hoskins is eyeing him off. Adubel's waving him off like he's saying, I'm not ready to go right now. Don't be surprised if Charlie 1 looks. They might take off.
There he goes. Pitch high. The throw's going to go to second. Nobody at the bag. Double steal for the Phillies. Herrera has 2 swipes in the inning, and he's 90 feet away.
Phillies are taking advantage of every opportunity here this inning. You called it, Pete.
Good thing Charlie ducked. That ball was right above his Braves cap. Infield comes in again. Second and third now for Realmuto. Going to score 1 for sure. Here comes Hoskins around third. The Phillies lead 5-0.
It's just really smart baseball from the Phillies there. Charlie's clearly out of whack. and they're taking full advantage. Braves really have been out of whack this whole inning.
Yeah, 2 errors in the inning. And all of a sudden it's hit after hit by the Phillies.
So Derek Hall is the hitter. He singled on a 2-strike pitch. 5 runs. Runner at first goes. Swing and a foul ball back. 5 runs in the inning. 3 hits, 2 walks, 3 stolen bases, and 2 errors. Those are the unhappy totals for the Phillies here in Game 3. Tyler Matzik has gotten up in the Braves bullpen. Charlie was brilliant through 4 innings. Atlanta's offense had a quick 1-2-3 fifth, and Charlie walked the first hitter and hasn't looked the same in this inning. Ground ball to short. And the turn by Dansby Swanson is in time. That was a 5-6-3 double play. Riley playing near the bag. And the inning comes to a close. 8 come to the plate. 5 score for the Phillies. Guest will be Friday night from home. The Arizona Diamondbacks are in town for the first of a 3-game series. It's alumni weekend. Kyle Wright will open up the series for the Braves. Our coverage starts Friday at 6:30 on Valley Sports Southeast and the Valley Sports app. It's always the Friday Night Showdown presented by Kaiser Permanente. A 5-run 6th for the Phillies sends us to inning number 6. Dansby Swanson, Matt Olson, and Austin Riley are coming up to face Kyle Gibson, who's throwing a 2-hit shutout.
Guys, I don't remember the last time we had 2 errors in 1 inning. And boy, did the door open up that inning for the Phillies.
I think it might have been last time against Philly when we were at home. When we made those, we had a really strange series against those guys last time out. We made a lot of errors, and then we turned it around. That's right before we went on that run of 14 in a row.
So we've got some work to do as we head to the 6th inning. Dansby Swanson will get things started. And Gibson, strike after strike after strike. Boy, the key to his game, as you guys have talked about, strike 1.
Swing early. And that's something the Braves haven't done all day.
Do you think maybe it's got to the point where this is the waited out period? You know, he had a pretty quick inning last time out. Maybe they're trying to get him to throw some more pitches, get into that bullpen.
No, the best way to beat him is just hit after hit. Yeah, get him out of the game. Base hit after base hit on that first, second pitch he throws.
Sharply hit. Bohm has it pop out of his glove. There's a break for the Braves. Dansby puts it in play, and he's aboard to start the top of the 6th inning.
It's a rocket.
It was early in the count. This ball's up and in. Good try by Bohm, but that was a bullet. Base hit for Dansby Swanson.
That's in keeping what Dansby's done since late May. And there's a start for Atlanta. Matt Olson, the batter, he is 0 for 2. Again, in this ballpark, no lead is safe, especially with 12 outs left for the Braves. And this part of the order coming up.
Look, you score 1 or 2 here, you're back in this ball game.
So right guy at the right time. Our Georgia Natural Gas impact player is Matt Olson, who's looking for home run number 7 here at Citizens Bank.
Look at those numbers here. Wow, just missed that pitch. That's the pitch he loves to hit too. That ball up in the zone and in. Does an incredible job with his hands out to get back on that inside pitch.
Which, when you look at the stance, is as a pitching coach and as a pitcher, you think that's where you have to go to attack him.
That didn't get that. A ball and 2 strikes.
That's what Gibson does so well. Show you that fastball, then he follows it up with a slow curveball.
The 1-2. Way upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. All help is appreciated in this game. Hey, Peter, just looking back through the scorebook, the games that I've been able to do, the last time the Braves had a game with multiple errors or a game with more than 2 was June 22nd against the Giants. But they won that game 4-3. Morton's first error. Robinson Cano made an error, and the Phillies got 2 extra outs, and it helped them score the first runs of this game. But we're a long way away from being finished here at Citizens Bank. High fly ball crushed to center. Back goes Herrera into the shrubbery. The Braves have cut the lead to 5-2.
Big hit right back in the ball game. We saw Matt Olson go down yesterday, hit a bomb. Does it again today.
Went back to the well with that curveball too many times. Got a swing and miss 2 pitches earlier. Matt recognized it early enough, stayed back. Again, level barrel through the zone, BJ, into the shrubbery out there in center field.
And the extension looks so good.
Matt Olson is now a 20-homer man as a Brave. So maybe that'll take a little bit of the pressure off. Now, with 12 outs left, you're only 3 runs down here in Philadelphia.
You regain a little momentum.
Still plenty more to be had too. None out.
Austin Riley will try to do what Alec Bohm has done today, and that's extend a double-digit game hit streak. Riley's is at 18. The last Brave with an 18-game hit streak was Freddie Freeman. Bohm timed his leap perfectly. 1 out. So 1 stuck in the glove of Bohm, 1 didn't. The one that didn't cost the Phillies a run.
Wow, I wish he was not so tall.
Oh, almost popped out of his glove.
Olson's homer measured 438 feet. Here's Rosario, a perfect night or day, if you will. He's 2 for 2. A 5-2 game now. We're only in the 6th inning. With the Braves bullpen pitching as effectively as it has, you might figure 5 is all the Phillies are going to get. At least that's what we hope. The pitch. Shaved off the corner. It's 1-1. That's Connor Brogdon. In case Gibson has any trouble. As we said, it's the middle innings for Gibson where the stuff seems to get hit. And foul to the left. 1-2.
Eddie really likes that ball coming in on him, so I think they tried to go with a cutter up and into Matt Olson to set up that curveball. Maybe they'll try that here with Eddie as well, and he can get some barrel on it. Stayed away, away, away. As a hitter, you're thinking at some point they've got to come in there, right?
At some point. But with this soft tosser late in the count, it's hard to do that. And that's why Rosario's staying, fouling off that outside pitch. He's staying on it, and hoping that he makes a mistake.
That one swung in the dirt and missed. That will end Rosario's perfect day at the plate. That's the second out of the inning. 4 strikeouts for Gibson in the game. And here is William Contreras. Get William going.
Well, we need to get both the catchers going. Darno and William struggling lately. Contreras is really working hard in BP, trying to get his focus back to right center field.
William 2 hits in his last 14 tries for the Braves, dating back to the start of play July 15th.
You can see that I said it earlier, his focus is totally that right side, but it also tells us and shows everybody that even though you have a plan and you want to stick to that plan, it's the execution that's the toughest part.
Right. And what happened with him early in the year, he felt really comfortable driving that ball the other way, was hitting some home runs, pulling some home runs, and all of a sudden he got cautious about the inside pitch, so he tried to change and open up, which really, as a hitter, you don't want to think. And once you start thinking, you get yourself in trouble. He tried to make the adjustment back. And hopefully he's really working hard on it, so hopefully it'll come together for him.
Two balls, 1 strike. Matt Olson 2-run homer to straightaway center has the Braves on the board. It's now a 3-run game in a hitter-friendly park. Olson now with 5 homers this year against the Phillies. The pitch. And Contreras lost the bat handle. All the way to the backstop behind the plate. It's 2-2.
Swung right under that fastball. It's probably his best pitch he's going to see.
They've got back-to-back breaking balls after they set up sinker inside. If they come back inside, watch JT Realmuto give Alec Boehm a little bit of a signal to let him know that the ball, if he hits his spot, the ball's going to end up coming to you. Staying away.
Full count. Get a runner on, and if Ozuna pops one, you have a 1-run game. So a big pitch for Gibson here. He's at 95 pitches on the day. Brogdon's ready if needed in the Phillies pen. And the payoff pitch. Driven high in the air toward right. Castellanos is slowing. Headed to the corner. He's got it. And that retires the side. Contreras gave it a ride, but not as far as Matt Olson's blast. A 2-run homer for the Braves. That spoils the shutout bid. And Atlanta is knocking at the door in Philadelphia. It's a 5-2 game. Nash. See, Tyler Matzik is make his way to the mound here in Philadelphia. It's a 5-2 game. Matt Olson's home run is the Atlanta offense to this point in Game 3. In partnership with the MLB Players Association, the Braves are proud to host the Hank Aaron Invitational Sunday, July 31st at 8 p.m. after we wrap things up with the Arizona Diamondbacks. It's an annual event hosting the top 44 elite high school baseball players for a showcase at Truist Park. The game is free, but it is a ticketed event, so make sure to get your tickets online at braves.com/Hank. Tyler Matzik follows Charlie Morton. 5 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 2 walks, and Charlie recorded 5 strikeouts and 2 double plays. Nick Castellanos hit into one of those double plays and rifles one back toward us.
Matzik's been slowly working his way back from the IL. He's been looked really good. A couple of multi-inning appearances. Just 1 inning last time out. He could be a real force leading into the playoffs.
Castellanos got jammed. This one popped up. Who's going to catch up to it? Nobody. And Castellanos gets a gift double. Cano backed up but couldn't get there. Rosario had to run about 40 yards and the ball lands harmlessly on the turf, and Castellanos leads off safely.
Well, with that big shift on, everybody's playing over the left field side. Long run for Cano. Rosario trying to catch up with that ball. Man, when it's not going good, it's not going good. You don't see that often out of this Braves team. Mistake after mistake.
And Stott unloads on the first pitch to left. But Ozuna's there, 360 spin and a quick throw back toward the infield. So Stott's retired quickly, 1 on, 1 out. Alec Bohm the batter.
Good job by Ozuna here, and, you know, staying on top of it. Nick Castellanos was going back to tag on him, but he got himself in great position and got rid of that ball quick, which kept Nick at second base.
Got to figure this guy out.
Get a chase.
Yeah, he's been getting a lot of good pitches to hit.
RBI hit for Bohm last time up. He scored 1 of the runs. And something off speed for ball 1.
Good first pitch there. Alec is sitting on fastball.
When I say he's been getting some good pitches to hit, he also did hit a 99-mile-an-hour fastball from Strider last night that was at the top of the zone. So he's putting some really good swings on some balls too.
Peter mentioned Matzik's last outing, a good one, an inning against the Angels. He struck out a batter in that performance. Matzik scoreless in 3 of his last 4 Braves outings. Gets a swing and a foul ball straight back. I mean, this guy is not poking foul balls left and right. They are going straight back to the screen, just underneath. And strike 1 for Alec Bohm.
It hasn't been all roses for Alec Bohm since he's been in Philly either. So, you know, you've got to take your hat off to someone who's young and willing to commit and learn, trust the process. You hear that all the time, but clearly when it works like this with a young stud, you can see it.
Earlier this year, he had a 3-error game and was caught on camera muttering to himself about his displeasure at this place. And to his credit, rather than running away from it, he answered the media and said, look, my emotions got the best of me. I'm sorry, I was wrong. Didn't mean to say that. Just frustrated. I hope the fans will embrace me. And Philadelphia fans, who often get a bad rap, did exactly that. They've taken this kid under their wings. He's now become a fan favorite.
And he's embracing them right now with this hot streak that he has.
I mean, he didn't even offer at that slider in the dirt there. Pretty good pitch from Matzik.
Yeah, totally locked in. And when you're totally locked in, that zone is a small little box, Peter.
Matzik ready with a 3-2 count. 1 on and 1 out. He and Riley are locked in for their respective clubs. Didi Gregorius, a left-hand hitter, is on deck. Lose ball. You do set up a double play. And the count is full with 1 out. Driven to right, curling near the line, fair ball. That's past Rosario. Alec Bohm doubles home a run. Phillies get one back. It's 6-2. So a pop fly that wasn't caught turns into an insurance run for the Phillies and the second RBI of the game for Bohm.
Give credit where credit is due. This ball is up in the zone, away.
Off the plate.
Yeah, off the plate. And Alec just went right with it. And that's a line drive. Rosario trying to cut it off, but that ball's by him.
So Bohm has a 12-game hitting streak. He'll take that to Pittsburgh. Didi Gregorius reached on a Robinson Cano error and scored last inning. Ball 1. Breaking ball over Gregorius' head. He'll duck underneath. On a very wild pitch, Bohm moves up 90 feet.
I'm not sure how he got out of the way of that. That looked like it was tracking the back of his neck the whole time and somehow managed to get out of the way. Matzik obviously had a curveball slip out of his hand.
Infield in, 2-0 pitch.
A huge out right here. We cannot get those 2 runs back.
We talk all the time, Brian and Peter, about shutdown innings. You get a little bit of momentum in your dugout. Perfect world, you come back, put a quick 0 up, and see what your offense can do. That's what happened for Kyle Gibson. Charlie Morton got a big double play. Next inning, Gibson came out and got 3 outs very, very quickly. And then the next half inning, Charlie Morton went out. The inning started with a walk, and the Phillies took advantage of some Braves miscues to score the first 5 runs of the game. The 2-2 pitch. To center. Harris retreats. Bohm to the bag. He will tag. No chance to throw him out. Gregorius with an RBI. And the Phillies get the Braves 2 runs back right away at 7-2.
That's the backbreaker right there. You hit a 2-run homer. Matt Olson get the Braves back in the ball game, and then the Phillies come right back and get those runs back.
Odubel Herrera. Popped him up. And Austin Riley at third base is there and puts that away. Phillies get 2 runs in the 6th inning on 2 doubles and a sacrifice fly. We head to the 7th. Braves and Phillies wrap up this series. We will have Kyle Gibson to face the rest of the way today. Gibson went 6 innings, allowing 2 runs and 96 pitches. He gives way to Connor Brogdon, who has a 7-2 lead. The Braves have 9 outs left, with Ozuna, Cano, and Mike Ford getting started at the plate.
A couple of hits and a run off Brogdon last time out. Hopefully we can do that again today. Maybe build a little more. He's been pretty good, though. 22 strikeouts, only 5 walks, 22 games.
Ozuna hit into a forced play and popped out in his first 2 trips to the dish today. He's trying to turn around their bad luck in rubber matches this year. 3-8. When the first 2 games of a set have been split this year, that's one of those weird statistical oddities. They got 9 outs left to get at least 5 runs against the Phillies bullpen, which has walked more men than their starters in 200 fewer innings. Need some of that wildness to rise up here in the late innings. As I mentioned, the Phillies currently in 4th place among the potential wild card teams in the National League, a half game behind the Cardinals. They own a bunch of tiebreakers, I think, against St. Louis, against San Diego, if memory serves. But right now, the Phillies are on the outside looking in at the potential National League playoff picture.
Look, I talked to John Kruk early, and I was saying, do you think you're going to be sellers or buyers at this trade deadline? And this series is a huge series. And the way that the Phillies are playing right now, you got Segura coming back.
Yep.
I believe they're going to probably be buying.
At some point, Harper's going to be back. Zach Eflin is a starting pitcher who's been battling knee problems. That's what many say the Phillies need most is a big innings eater, top of the rotation guy. A swing and a miss, strikes out Ozuna. That's out number 1 here in the 7th inning. And with Robinson Cano the scheduled hitter, let's pause for a word from Delta.
Delta, proud to be the official airline of the 2021 World Champion Atlanta Braves.
Trading deadline is 6 p.m. Eastern time on August 2nd. As Robbie Cano stands in and takes outside, ball 1. Talk briefly about what we think the Phillies might do, guys. As you look at this Braves team now without Adam Duvall, what's your wish list for the Braves at the deadline to try to defend the East and get back to the World Series?
You know what? If I'm Alex Anthopoulos, I'm actually looking for
just foul.
A power hitter. You know, you lose Adams, 35 home run potential, 100 RBIs. So you need that guy, a defender also. And I would look for another powered left-hand bat too in this lineup. And I keep saying it to you, Peter, I like Strada in that bullpen. If we can find a number 1, number 2 starter and bring him in here to fulfill that 5th starter role, man, we would have that bullpen set.
No balls, 2 strikes.
And remember, you got Yates coming back, which is another lefty in that bullpen. I mean, righty, I'm sorry, power arm.
1 ball, 2 strikes for Cano. Yeah, I think Yates either threw yesterday or supposed to throw today. In a rehab stint for the Braves. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch is off the thumbs, out of play. Left side, still alive is Cano with 1 out. Well, what's going to be fun about the deadline, maybe fun for fans and broadcasters alike, will be the number of players potentially moved. What's going to be difficult is so many teams are within shouting distance of a playoff spot. Everybody's all looking for the same thing. It's going to be a seller's market for sure.
And if you're within any kind of 2-3 games, how do you not look at what this Braves team was able to do last year and get hot after the trade deadline?
Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Brogdon. 2 away in the 7th.
Another big thing in the back of Alex's mind is, will we get Albies back by the end of this year? That's going to be important.
ETA for Ozzie late in August. At best case scenario, as Mike Ford digs in, coming up is the stretch presented by GNG. Hopefully Ford will delay the middle of this 7th inning. He's grounded out twice and takes a strike. Summer camp day at Citizens Bank Park. That's why we have the early start. And the young Phillies fans have enjoyed the ball game to this point. Their team leads 7-2. That is so great for our game, whether it's here in Philadelphia or at Truist Park. Get all the campers out with their color-coordinated T-shirts.
Love it.
Caps on. Hopefully they'll fall in love with the game the same way we have. And who knows, maybe a future superstar is watching the Braves and Phillies match up today.
When these school camp days come to the minor league parks, boy, is there a lot of screaming going on. And it is just constant SpongeBob SquarePants all day long. It just gets, but the kids have a great time. And these games are usually 2 hours because it's usually 11 o'clock start. Guys are just trying to swing and get on the bus.
On the ground to first, tricky hop. Hoskins handles that. Brogdon a 1-2-3 7th inning. The Phillies are in control of game 3. 7-2 is your score. Let's send it back to Atlanta and the stretch. I think Gordon Beckham's prediction, Brian, is one that you might have a thing or two to say about.
Yeah, I just text Trevor to send a message to Gordon.
Ooh.
And I can't repeat what I sent to Gordon. But I'm disappointed in Gordon. He set me up. Early on, he was for Team Jordan. And all of a sudden, 7th inning stretch, he changes his mind. Oh, my goodness.
All that tells me is that you picking a pitcher first proves that we're the most loyal. Look at what happened. Pitchers are going to stick with you through and through.
Exactly. Exactly. But I'm really shocked at Gordon there. I mean, wow. I would think he would go with the veteran experience. We figure it out, guys.
Well, we'll find out on Saturday. As Schwarber hits the first pitch into the shift. And that slow roller is quickly out number 1. In the Phillies 7th, Schwarber 0 for 3, but with a sacrifice fly and an RBI.
Matzik back out for his 2nd inning. Well, 1 hitter, actually.
And Brian Snitker is on his way out. Matzik goes an inning and a 3rd. He allowed a couple of runs as the Braves trail 7-2 in game 3.
Was brought to you by your local Ford dealer, Delta Airlines, keep climbing, and by Truist. When you start with care, you get a different kind of bank.
Back in Philadelphia, there's your score. Nice start to the inning for Tyler Matzik. He's taken down after an inning and a 3rd. He'll be relieved by Jesse Chavez, who's been kind of the Swiss Army knife, if you will, of this Braves relief corps.
He's been exceptional. Picked up basically off the scrap heap from the Cubs, who let him go 3 games into the season, DFA'd him, All he's done since he's been over the Braves is look at that. Look at those numbers. Since June 1st, 121 ERA and a 185 opponent's average.
And he works fast. That's what I love most about him. As a defender, I love pitchers that get on that mound and throw. Keeps me on my toes to make great plays.
Rhys Hoskins stands in with the bases empty. Hoskins has a hit, a stolen base, and a run. We will see the Phillies back in Atlanta after the Arizona Diamondbacks leave town. A swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
There's no secret to what Jesse does either.
No.
Grabs the ball, sinks, cuts, occasionally change up, throws strikes. As you said here, works fast, trying to mess with the hitter's timing.
Make that hitter stay in the box.
And a swing and a miss. 2 outs in the inning. The 2 games the Braves play against the Phillies August 2nd and 3rd will be the last time we see them until mid-September. And after this 2-game series coming up, the Braves have 7 left with the Phillies. The final 4 head-to-head in this ballpark, September 22nd through the 25th. So a chance for the Braves to maybe wreck the Phillies' playoff hopes in the season's final month.
You see the Phillies hitters trying to slow him down. I like it.
Jesse's the official pace of play monitor.
Two hits for Realmuto today, but maybe he shouldn't have waited. He pops this next pitch up into foul ground, and that will retire the side. The Braves have 6 outs left. We're down 7-2 at the top of the order coming up. As we head to the 8th inning, fans represent your alma mater at Truist Park. College Nights ticket packages are available. You'll get a Braves co-branded stadium seat and a Braves game ticket. Kennesaw State is coming up on August 16th. Tennessee and the Volunteers August 18th. And Jeff Rancourt's beloved Clemson Tigers on August the 21st. Get your seats today at Braves.com/College Nights. Connor Brogdon with a 1-2-3 7th. He'll give way to Brad Hand, a left-handed reliever, as he will face Harris, Swanson, and Olsen, 2 of those 3 Braves left-hand hitters.
Hand's been doing it for a long time. 38 games this year. 53% slider usage, BJ. This is a chance where you've got to sit maybe on that slider, but as I said, he's been doing it for such a long time. He came up as a starter with the Marlins, if you remember.
Yep.
Really found a home in that bullpen.
Man, he used to be a strikeout pitcher. Looks like he's pitching to contact now. 29 innings, 27 strikeouts. But that explains why he's throwing so many sliders.
First game of the big leagues for Michael Harris II, batting leadoff. He's looking for his first hit today. Again, Ronald Acuna Jr. given the day off by Brian Snitker. Ronald not himself this month, but today off, tomorrow off. He'll take aim at the Diamondbacks on Friday night.
Awful lot of sliders.
Wind blowing gently toward right for Michael. And Hand kicks and fires and bounced foul. It's still 0-2. Friday night showdown for Kyle Wright and Arizona back at Truist Park. Ian Anderson will pitch on Saturday. Max Fried wraps up the series on Sunday. We'll have fireworks after the game with Arizona. As a check swing ball punch toward third. Bohm has to hurry, and his throw is just in time.
That's a really, really nice play. Really tough play. A lot of the times you see a third baseman come in and try and barehand this, but Bohm's a really good athlete, comes in with two hands, makes the play, is able to stay balanced with those two hands on the ground, and throws from that low position on the money. Great play.
That's been a knock on Alec. He has not been, by all the advanced or even the non-advanced defensive metrics, all that great at third base. But you're right, Peter, that was a slick play. He's made a couple of them in this game and this series. So here's Dansby. Nobody aboard, one out. Swanson's been on base 3 times. He's walked twice, singled once, and now he grounds out quickly. 2 away in the 8th. 8 straight Braves hitters have been retired. Matt Olson is the man responsible for both Braves runs.
Boy, did he stay back on that curveball. 107 miles per hour exit velocity. 438.
I wonder if we'll be able to stat cast all of your home runs for the home run hitting derby on Saturday.
Would not be surprised, Chip.
I hope so. That'll be a lot of fun at 5:30.
Just to clarify, my job is to give up home runs, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You don't have to, though.
Well, that's for you. Yeah, for your sake.
Matt Olson quietly up to 66 RBIs on the year, 20 home runs.
He's had a nice run for the Braves. 8 home runs this month for the Braves first baseman. His 2-run shot made it a 5-2 game, but the Phillies came right back to extend the lead to 5 runs again, and that's where we stand here in game 3. And for the Phillies at this point, if this score holds, this is exactly, guys, what they really needed to do. They don't count themselves out in the division race, and when you have opportunities to play the club right in front of you, you need to win series when you're as far back as they are. And they're 4 outs away from doing that.
And we talked about it coming into this series. I mean, how much pressure it was on the Phillies to show the general manager that they want to win. And, you know, if this game finishes like this, that's huge, winning the series.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Dave Dombrowski is the Phillies general manager. Saw him in the hallway in between innings a little while ago, and he said, hey, we're playing better. They got to get healthy, but you know he likes to make deals. It would not surprise me to see him pull some triggers.
And there's nothing like the energy of a couple of moves from a GM that can really fill up a clubhouse.
Right. And again, I still think Gene Segura is the guy, the glue that holds this team together.
That's downstairs. Olson takes ball 4. He's on base for the 2nd time. Well, that move will do a couple of things for the Phillies. Get more offense in your lineup. He's a good defender. And Didi Gregorius, who is on the backside of his career defensively, can play Stott every day and keep his bat in the lineup. And to your point about energizing your clubhouse, just think how differently the mood was for the Braves after Ronald got hurt last year and Alex Anthopoulos went out and got Jock Peterson. And all of his big hits in the early days with the Braves kept this team afloat until Alex struck and got Rosario and Soler and Richard Rodriguez in a flurry of moves in the final minutes before the trade deadline.
And I think the most surprising move to me was getting Rosario, and he was injured. You know, nobody knew what to expect. And he comes off the IL and tears it up.
So it's a big at bat for Austin Riley, who is 0 for 3. Riley is trying to keep his career-long 18-game hitting streak alive here in the Braves' 8th inning. He's got 1 strike left to try to do that. Oh, man. Rocky Balboa couldn't have thrown a punch harder than that one.
What did you say earlier this year? Tools of ignorance to catch you. Oh, my.
An 0-2 pitch. Fly ball center, and that's going to be caught by Herrera, and that ends the Braves' 8th inning. 7-2, the Phillies lead in Game 3. We'll try to get the final 3 outs of the 8th inning. He retired the Phillies' Hoskins and Real Muto on a strikeout and pop out. That ended a 1-2-3 7th inning. And now Hall with a little punch job to the left side. Riley, long run, throw off target. And Hall with a soft infield hit has 2 of those in the game. And that's how the Phillies' 8th inning starts. Everything going right for the Phillies here in Game 3.
That's just amazing. Half a swing here. Excuse me, swing. Turns out base hit.
But hey, they all count.
They do. Again, line drive in my book, guys.
Nick Castellanos struck out and hit into a double play in his first 2 at-bats through the 4th inning. But a pop-up in shallow right field was untouched by Cano and Rosario. That turned into a double, and he scored the 6th Philadelphia run. Braves who've played so well over the last 6-7 weeks. It's been a tough day today. They'll regroup after this one and get set for Arizona. Sliding stop for Dansby, and that's all the Braves get. Nice stab by the Braves shortstop to force Hall at second base. Castellanos aboard with 1 out.
Quick release by Dansby. I love when he does that move, sliding and comes up throwing so quickly
and accurately.
Yeah.
And speaking of accuracy, that's what Jesse Chavez has been on the mound, Kelly. He's really fun to watch, isn't he?
Oh, certainly. I know we all like how fast he works, but you guys were talking about just how good he's been for the Braves this year, but I don't think it can be overlooked what he's doing behind the scenes with some of the young relievers that this team has, because it was just Dylan Lee this morning talking to me as I was catching up with him. We know the role he's been on, and he mentioned his slider and how big that's been for him, and Jesse Chavez was one of the guys, I think, who pulled him aside, sort of started talking grips with him, Peter, and something's really clicked, and we know now how effective that slider has been for Dylan to use his other 2 pitches.
Yeah, sometimes it just takes a little guidance or even a suggestion from a senior member of a bullpen to whether it's a grip or whether it's a sequence idea or whatever it happens to be. That's why when you're a family out there and you're all fighting the same battle, you're all doing the same thing, there's no competition, you're all got the one goal, you really do become a family unit.
Who was that guy for you?
Early on, honestly, I think early on it was Chad Peronto, of all people. He was kind of the one that guided me a little bit my first year. And then Tim Hudson would take me under his wing a little bit. We had a couple of really good relievers. Mike Gonzalez was there early on in my career.
0-2 pitch. It's interesting you mentioned Peronto and Tim Hudson. 2 guys that did what you do. Get the ball on the ground.
I had really good influence from Roger McDowell as well as my first pitching coach, who was also a sinker slider guy. So yeah, you tend to gravitate towards those guys that have similar stuff than you.
Well, a wealth of experience for Jesse Chavez, who gets Bryson Stott to foul another one out of play. 0-2 the count. And it's not just Jesse down there. I'm sure Kelly would agree. You've got Darren O'Day, who's been through all kinds of big league wars as a relief pitcher. Will Smith, quite obviously. Tyler Matzik, Colin McHugh. I mean, this is not a wet behind the ears Braves bullpen, and that's instrumental as to why they've been so good, pitching to a 3.01 ERA in the month of July. It's not even factoring in Kenley Jansen, who's one of the greatest of his generation. Ouch, off the foot of Jesse Chavez. Race to the bag, and did he get the tag on the back? No. Got Jesse on the instep. Let's see if he's okay. That'll be an infield hit for Stott. Great work by Jesse to make that play as close as it was. He wasn't going to get to the bag. His final hope was a tag.
I think he got the bottom of the shoe. Did a great job trying to get over there anyway. Nice job by Matt Olson with the flip, leading flip. Just missed him. Anytime you get clipped on the foot, whether it's the bottom or somewhere around the actual foot where it's not protected, it still stings a little bit. So great job by Jesse even getting over there and making it that close. Hopefully he's not affected too much. He can still land.
No, he got right back on that mound quickly.
That's the third infield hit for the Phillies in the game. They have 10 in total today. And backing out of play by Alec Bohm, who is shredding the Braves pitching staff this year. That's 16 hits for Bohm in 40 at-bats. That's a .400 batting average. And he scored a couple of runs today. He's 12 for his last 22 against everyone. Going back to the Cubs series, which was a 3-game sweep by Chicago against the Phillies.
That just tells you baseball is hard.
Yep. I think it's the most beautiful part of the game. Any team can beat any other team on any given day, and for just about any reason. Today was a tough defensive day, uncharacteristically for the Braves. Kyle Gibson pitched 6 innings of 2-run ball as Bohm is retired for out number 2. And Didi Gregorius is the hitter.
Oh, that was one of those swings that I'm looking for something, didn't get it. Oh my goodness.
Trying to protect, just trying to stay in there anyway.
Trying to foul it off.
So the Braves heading to the 9th inning after Gregorius is out, we hope. We'll have Rosario, Contreras, and Marcell Ozuna scheduled to hit. Off day tomorrow. That'll be welcomed, as that one's just foul. And then, guys, we send the league's wins leader, Kyle Wright, to the mound on Friday against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Kyle has been a real revelation for the Braves this year. Young man who's figured things out after spending a lot of time at AAA last year, and is coming off a 6-inning, 8-strikeout performance at home against the Angels. One ball, one strike. Andrew Bellotti is getting ready for the Phillies. They may unleash him in the 9th inning of a 7-2 game. Nothing rattles Jesse Chavez. Attack, attack, and more attack.
And to me, that's why he's so good. I mean, as a hitter, I got to stay in the box because I know he's ready to go, so I got to lock in. And he is just coming. And he's sneaky with his stuff, too.
Did he go? Yes, he did. And that will retire the Phillies in the 8th inning. Last call for the Braves in the 9th. It's a 7-2 game.
Message from Landmark.
Hi friends, Chip Carey at Landmark Morrow, the #1 dealer in the Southeast, where you get the best deal on hundreds of choices and more for your trade.
Always the best deal, always.
Well, it's time for a big rally. The Phillies had a big inning. They scored 5 runs in the 5th. Who's to say the Braves can't score 5 in the 9th? This afternoon, Andrew Bellotti is on for Philadelphia. The inning will start with Eddie Rosario, who's had a good day at the plate. He has 2 of the Braves' 4 hits in the series finale in Philly.
See the numbers there, 36 games, 32 innings. Big punch-out numbers, 48 strikeouts in those 32 innings and only 13 walks. 1 inning, no earned runs against Atlanta on Monday. Let's see if we can at least make him get to Sir Anthony, bring in another reliever, make it interesting here in the 9th.
Rosario 2 for 3. They play him in his shift. Phillies have out hit us 10-4 today. As that's way off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. The Braves need all kinds of help, right? They'll take walks, they'll take errors, hits, obviously. And as we've said, the Phillies bullpen is not afraid to spray the ball around. They've walked 1 man in 2 innings today.
You need base runners. Take strike 1. There you go. Make him throw strikes, Peter.
Yeah, as a manager, you're sitting over there, you're trying to get through this inning with one of your other guys in the bullpen. But at the same time, you get 2-0 count. The heart starts to flutter a little bit. You start to walk around, pace around the dugout.
That hit the spot. 2 balls and a strike. It just underscores what Brian Snitker said after the game last night. What may look easy is incredibly difficult. To win a major league game is very, very hard. It is very, very stressful. As that pitch generously called a strike. The little strike zone has not been the best, and the Braves dugout's barking at him in the 9th inning. He doesn't want to hear it.
Some might say it's been anything but little.
Two balls, 2 strikes. No chase. It's 3-2. Good work by Jesse Chavez. 2 infield hits in a scoreless inning and 2/3 performance. As nobody on or out for the Braves right fielder Eddie Rosario. The pitch. Skied to center. And Odubel Herrera will gather that in for out number 1.
Got away with 1 right there. That's a ball down. But 2 strikes too close after that high fastball got called a strike. As a hitter, you're saying, I'm not going to let him call me out. Swing the bat.
Hope to have Ronald back in the lineup on Friday night when Arizona is in town for their lone visit to Atlanta. William Contreras is the hitter with the bases empty. And he swings the first pitch, pops it up. That, however, will reach the stands. Braves owe the Diamondbacks a little payback. Some might say, though, the Braves season turned around after The Atlanta club lost 2 straight out in Phoenix. Ryan Snitker got the club together, spoke to him before the first game of June. The Braves behind Kyle Wright shut out Madison Bumgarner. And Atlanta then rattled off 14 straight victories to start June and ended up that month 21-6. So we'd like to return the favor to the Snakes and win a series at least. And that starts Friday night. Behind Kyle Wright.
And Peter, to go back to, I know you talked about the bad game against Philly early on, but that Arizona game was the game that we let them come back because of errors. I think that was the time that really kicked in, where you said it. Snit had a conversation with the guys as Contreras goes down, strike 3. Nasty slider away.
And Snit said it wasn't one of those, like, jump on the table or turn over the food spreads or yell at guys. It wasn't that. Today's players don't really respond to that anyway. Brian, what he said was, look, let's just focus back on doing what we know we're supposed to do on the field, right? Make all the right plays, and the rest will take care of itself.
Pitch and defense. And that's exactly, look at our run. Pitching and defense has been great.
So a bump in the road today for the Braves, who have 1 out left, down 7-2. Marcell Ozuna, the batter, and didn't get that. Will be huge Yankee fans during the flight back to Atlanta. The Yankees are visiting the Mets. Max Scherzer, I believe, is the man on the mound for New York. Mets, that is, tonight. One ball, 1 strike. For Marcell Ozuna.
You know, this is the time of the year as a player, you're sitting there like, I got to do good. I got to get a good trade deadline is coming up, because you just don't know what's going to happen. Puts a lot of pressure on players.
I was going to say, as exciting as it is for fans and media people to think about, it's got to be awfully tough for the players.
Very stressful.
That's inside, ball 3. 3 balls into strike.
Especially when all those rumors start going floating around, and you're a player that never thought you'd ever get traded, and hear your name mentioned.
What do they say? Control what you can control.
That's exactly right. And that's the toughest part.
Ozuna turned it loose. Throwing the ball right under his hands, and he's having trouble getting the barrel to the baseball. Braves have 1 strike left here in game 3. Marcell muttering to himself. He thought that was a pitch he could have driven somewhere. Hope you'll stick around. As you see, Braves Live presented by Xfinity will follow us.
I tell you, as a hitter, I never wanted to make the last out of the game. You hear the crowd. You just wanted to spoil their happiness.
29,000 plus in Philly today. And again, the 3-2. He does spoil the happiness. Ozuna keeps the game alive with a 2-out single to right.
Boy, he start going that way. Watch out. He's going to get hot. Good safe swing here. That ball sinking in. Got his hands in, looking to drive the ball the other way. Good job by Ozuna.
Hear the campers in the distance. What'd you say, Peter? They're all screaming and yelling in the minor league parks. They're doing it here too, as they get set to get on the bus and go home. No, trying to delay that, as the Braves have a runner on with 2 outs. Ozuna takes off, and that's out of play. We're down to our last strike again. Nice catch in the 4th deck. And again, the big crowd on its feet.
The wind blowing out the right field. Good time for Cano to get one up in the air.
No balls, 2 strikes. Little pop hit toward the left side. Alec Boehm retreats, and the Phillies beat the Braves. Your final at Citizens Bank Park: Philadelphia 7, the Braves 2.
Couple of unlikely errors, guys, in that 5th inning really did Charlie Morton in. Just couldn't recover. Gives up 5 runs that inning. Unfortunate for him, because he was dealing early on. But give the Phillies Gibson a lot of credit. He kept the hitters off balance. 6 innings, gave up 2 earned runs. He did his job tonight.
Really uncharacteristic performance by the Braves today. Hopefully they can use that off day tomorrow and come back and regroup, get locked in, get ready to face the Diamondbacks on Friday.
And they will send Kyle Wright to the mound, the National League's wins leader with 12 victories against Arizona in Game 1 of the series. As we start Alumni Weekend at Truist Park, our coverage kicks off at 6:30 on Bally Sports Southeast and the Bally Sports app. Fellas, enjoyed this one. For Brian Jordan, Peter Moylan, and Kelly Kroll, I'm Chip Carey. Thank you for joining us from Citizens Bank Park. Stick around. Braves Live, presented by Xfinity, is coming up next.